From censored files to clear evidence, this is Redacted Realms.
What is it about Vietnamese special forces that just hearing their name makes the whole world tremble? With a glorious history beginning in the middle of the resistance war, then against the US and the wars to defend the fatherland, the name Vietnamese has transcended borders and become a legend from the special base raids, thereby forging special forces soldiers with an iron will into the powerful combat branch there today. Even on China's Tortio website, Vietnamese special forces are highly rated, stating that even American special forces must fear this force. More remarkably, this elite force primarily fought behind enemy lines, so they became proficient with all types of weapons, with excellent marksmanship and close combat skills. They attacked the enemy, moreover, with the ability to secretly infiltrate, penetrate deep to strike vital points, possess tenacious endurance, blossoming within the enemy's heart. Vietnamese special forces have made even the most skilled military forces fear them, while also inspiring faith among the people. So when the Vietnamese special forces have that makes the whole world respect, even American veterans recount with awe. Let's explore with D2T right after this. Mentioning Vietnamese special forces, we immediately think of their combatants in the Special Elite Force, possessing superhuman strength, outstanding willpower, selected and trained with extreme rigor. Notably, the Special Forces Corps was established on March 19, 1967, with a history spanning over half a century. Having fought and matured, always considered one of the most crucial combat corps of the Vietnam People's Army. Worthy at 16 gold stars. Particularly elite, extraordinarily brave, cunning and bold, striking vital points to win big. It's not by chance that Vietnamese Special Forces had the ability to resist a military superpower as strong as the US Army, both in manpower and modern warfare equipment, under such intense and fierce bombing conditions. That is thanks to sharp tactics since the anti-French resistance years, intelligent and agile combat methods and skills. Vietnamese Special Forces have long been a serious, ever-present threat to the US Army on the battlefield. Parachuting, shooting, martial arts, swimming, with the ability to survive in exceptionally harsh environments and endurance beyond imagination. Proficient in all types of weapons, skilled in foreign languages, thriving. These outstanding warriors train diligently day and night, to always be ready to fight when the fatherland needs. First, as mentioned, Vietnamese Special Forces possess boundless flexibility and survival capabilities beyond imagination. We all know, Vietnamese soldiers were forged in the prolonged post-World War II wars, so their combat strength is varied. Not to mention our ability to adapt to combat situations is extremely formidable, to the extent that many world newspapers recount with hunting, with very bold attacks on the most heavily guarded places. Vietnamese Special Forces have destroyed military airfields, warehouses, ports, annihilated military transport convoys, blocked and inflicted heavy losses on operations, attacked military bases and captured or eliminated high-ranking officers in the US and Saigon armies. Even more, we conducted firepower raids right in the heart of the city, turning Saigon into a battlefield, with no rear and no safe place anywhere for the US military. Particularly, the organization of Vietnamese Special Forces is extremely flexible, highly effective, and lean, because they completely focus on independent command, independent action in combat, often without communication and support from and the combat units are largely self-sufficient, fighting independently, withdrawing independently after completing it, possessing extremely strong independent combat capability. The whereabouts of this force are unpredictable. Second, tactical methods. The fighting style and combat process are factors that have made the enemy fear Vietnamese Special Forces from past. Vietnamese Special Forces, through long periods of war tempering, have summarized many unique and deadly tactical Vietnamese national style of fighting. Just as Colonel Bong Ngoc Nguyen, a high-ranking Special Forces commander of the Vietnam People's Army, wrote in the People's Party newspaper, Special Forces combat is a vivid symbol of our nation's character and soul, uncompromising fighting will and creative energy. Special Forces warfare is the essence of Vietnam, allowing the few to defeat the many, the weak to resist this. In the combat planning process, the commander will decide the approach, infiltration and withdrawal routes, supporting firepower positions, priority targets, then organize rehearsals using maps, terrain models and sketches of the target area for many days. However, the victory of such an assault also depends on the element of surprise. This is the only thing that gives the Special Forces an advantage against the overwhelming firepower of the US. To achieve that advantage, the commando commander emphasized camouflage. concealment to maintain secrecy, speed of action, and in the case of the Mariana, lulling the enemy forces stationed here into complacency and lack of vigilance for a surprise attack to occur. Thirdly, it must be said that Vietnamese commandos are masters of creativity and meticulous in the use of explosives, unlike Hollywood movies. While U.S. Navy SEALs use explosives with safe electrical detonators, what do Vietnamese commandos do? We skillfully use conventional detonators like firecrackers, plastic detonators, or mine detonators. Grenades. Commandos could both maneuver and attack targets with explosive blocks, or set explosive charges to disable tanks, armored vehicles, and military vehicles. They are also experts in homemade mines to destroy enemy mechanized equipment, from low-flying helicopters to motor vehicles, speedboats, and ships. Even without modern time detonators like the enemy, our commando team was not hindered. They improvised everything from American grenade fuses and ordinary watches. If encountering an emergency, they quickly turned a tin can, a rubber band, and metal scraps into extremely dangerous weapons. Even just wrapping a rubber band around a duckbill to replace a small grenade, then dropping it into a 20-liter military fuel can, and a highly insidious delayed action mine was created. Despite difficulties when fighting in rugged mountainous terrain, commando soldiers are skilled and proficiently using all types of rudimentary weapons. We often see Hollywood heroes capable of making trapdoors, spikes, and other homemade weapons, right? Surprisingly, they all learned it in Vietnam. From crossbows, spear throwing to various hot traps and spikes that caused heavy losses, both psychologically for U.S. military. Once infiltrating the enemy base, Vietnamese commandos quickly move. They place extremely powerful explosives at key points, throw grenades, fire B-40 rockets, even causing enemy casualties, suppressing resistance nests and forcing the enemy to retreat into bunkers without organizing counterattacks or defense. Of course, not all attacks go exactly as planned. Our military also had to exchange many risks and losses. Typically, in June 1969, during the attack on the U.S. Marine base Charlie E. Wan, located right below the demilitarized zone in the Vietnam, North Vietnamese commandos were shelled by the Republic of Vietnam Army before they could reach the outer perimeter of the base. Moreover, the fire support unit mistakenly thought the enemy's 155mm artillery fire was our own explosives detonating, so they stopped providing cover. At that time, Vietnamese commandos no longer had fire support and were directly fired upon by the enemy, resulting in 67 soldiers sacked. After commandos complete their mission within a maximum of 30 minutes and were unable to handle the target, the entire assault force withdraws under the cover of direct fire and reserve forces. They retreat back through breakthrough points to a well-coordinated rallying position, minimizing any mistakes. In the past, Vietnamese Army commandos faced enemies with vast technological superiority, firepower, and troop numbers that excellently destroyed hundreds of supply and fuel depots, military bases, and weaponry, killing or wounding many enemy troops. Those surprise attacks helped overwhelm morale, creating a fear in the U.S. military that nowhere, no matter how well guarded and armed, was safe from a commando attack. While soldiers of special forces from other countries are rigorously selected, trained extremely harshly and used like a dagger, striking dangerously and winning dangerously, Vietnamese commandos are considered like a block of explosives, striking dangerously and winning big. No special forces in the world have experienced tens of thousands of battles across all terrains, from forests, mountains, islands to urban areas, in many geographical environments from land, underwater to deep, both domestically and abroad like Vietnamese commandos. Nor has any special forces in the world caused the enemy so much exhaustion. Just in the resistance against the U.S., Vietnamese commandos achieved many great feats with a rich historical, with a very intelligent, very Vietnamese distinctive fighting style, and the combat motto of secrecy, surprise, cunning, and flex. Arrive without trace, depart without shadow. What are your thoughts about the Vietnamese Special Forces? Please leave your comments right below this video. Don't forget to subscribe to Redacted Realms and turn on notifications to get our latest video. Subscribe to Redacted Realms to support the.
If this file opened your eyes, subscribe and open the next case.